inspiration, education, action. This is the Seeds to Success Show with Ben Godinez on Money 105.5.
Stop changing in your car and driving. It's dangerous. I do it every week when I go to my softball game. Sorry. Welcome to the Seeds to Success Show. I am your host and Insurance 101 guy, Ben Godinez with Gateway Insurance. Take the if out of life and learn to live. I'm so excited for today's show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on Facebook Live, money1055.biz, and in post-production on YouTube, on the Ben Godinez YouTube channel. Thanks to Go View This Home. They splice this all up and make it look pretty. If you haven't already, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can actually see all the videos in post-production and see Jen's lovely face. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And we are talking about sacrifice and startups. I said that backwards. Startups and sacrifice. And on the phone today, we've got my longtime good friend, Chris Beaty with Lighthead Threads. Are you there, my friend?
I'm here, man. Thank you so much for having me this afternoon.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us via phone. He couldn't be here in the studio today, unfortunately, because he tore his Achilles playing flag football, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, good old flag football.
Gotta love flag football. I know. I actually got a concussion playing flag football up here in West Sac shortly after I broke my nose. So I know it's a rough sport. And we also have Jen Barna in the studio. Say hello, Jen.
Hi, guys. How are you? Everyone, guys and gals, everyone out there.
She is back from her long-ado trip in Arizona. It was like 195 degrees.
Oh, gosh.
In the shade.
In the shade, yes.
Right? So we welcome her back. And we've got an awesome show because we're talking about startups. We're talking about sacrifice and what it really takes. And so we're really, what it comes down to is we're talking about pursuing your dreams like we always are. We're always pulling from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. We're always talking about what it really takes to live a fulfilling life. And I brought Chris on the show today because he is doing it. He's a living example and he's an inspiration. So, Chris, I want you to, for those people that don't know who you are, I want you to kind of share a little bit about what you do and what Lighthead Threads is and, where you're coming from.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I am the founder and creative director for Lighthead Threads. Mm-hmm. We are a lifestyle apparel company, and we are about the promotion of bright ideas and the actions that forge them. And I also happen to be a developer support engineer for Concur, which is an SAP company in San Francisco.
Gotcha. So when did you actually start Lighthead Threads as a brand, not even just as an apparel company?
So Lighthead Threads, it really started a number of years ago when I was living in Los Angeles, and it started really as an idea long before I imagined it into a clothing company. After college, I moved down to Los Angeles, and I was living with a bunch of college buddies, and we were all creatives. We studied audio engineering and music production in school. So it was a house full of creativity. And we wanted to create a production company, a media production company, to embody all of our work that came out of the house. And in doing so, there was a song lyric that I wrote a long time ago, actually, probably around high school days. And the song lyric goes as such: I stay lightheaded, so I've always got the brightest ideas. And that idea just always rang true for me. And I think it was a clever line, and having bright ideas is something that everyone can relate to.
Absolutely, yeah. It's not just lightheaded in what you might think of like get high and get lightheaded. It's not about that. Okay, so let's break down that bubble right now. It's about ideas. It's about your creativity, right? And it's about whatever kind of gets you excited, right? What gets you up in the morning, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Wherever you seek inspiration from, that is what I consider getting lightheaded. You could be drawing inspiration from your favorite song, or from exercising, or seeing a great movie. Wherever you seek inspiration from, that's what getting lightheaded is about.
Right. So let's talk about that creativeness, because you started this company with some other people, right? And you guys had maybe some different ideas and goals about where it was going to go. So at what point did you guys you know, 'cause I think a lot of people have started an idea with somebody and they bounce it off. They're like, oh, this is a great idea. And you guys like get really fired up about it. I was just talking to my buddy Will about this the other day, and you guys get real fired up and then it just kind of dies. But then one person's like, no, I really want to do this. Like, I really want to pursue this. And the other person's maybe not as serious. So talk about that experience of like starting with other people and then you just branching off on your own.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly how it happened. Like I said, it started as a media production company with my roommates. And, you know, we were putting out music, producing a few music videos and such. But I also wanted to do apparel because the logo I created, you know, I wanted it to be something very simple. The light bulb is the universal symbol for bright ideas, and I wanted it to be something that people from all walks of life and all over the world could relate to. And, you know, I drew the logo, it's something freehand, a light bulb with a face. You know, in other words, a light head, and I thought it was a really cool logo design. And you know, it was the logo for a while for Lighthead Records, which is what we were putting out music under. But after a while, the artist that I was working with kind of slowed down on the production front, but I kept having ideas about how to promote the apparel and just cool creative ideas, create experiences that people would want to engage in. And because of that, no one else was going to execute these ideas for me, so I knew I had to take the next steps and make it something real. And it started with a sticker, and it blossomed into a shirt, and you know, here we are today.
I like that. It started with a sticker. That should be like a meme, or you know, that should be like a tag theme. It started with a sticker, inexpensive, you know, 25 cents a piece or whatever. But you created a brand with that first step. That first like leap of faith that you're like, I'm gonna put this out there. I mean, I'm gonna put my dreams out there for people to critique and, you know, for criticism. We're gonna talk a little bit about that later, about the struggle and about the fear of criticism. But for those that are listening, like, it doesn't take much to get your idea out there, you know, to make that first step. And then it, you know, became a T-shirt, and then it became, you know, hats. And so where are you at now? Like, the streetwear scene is huge. There's so many different clothing brands out there. What makes Lighthead different, and what are you guys doing to kind of put yourself out there? And you know, and again, who's your like niche and your demographic?
So when I created Lighthead Threads, I created it with the idea that I did not want to target like a niche audience.
Okay.
Like I said before, the light bulb is a universal symbol for bright ideas. So people from all over the world, like all walks of life, can identify with that and know what it means without really having to ask questions. And you know, I've always been inspired by the streetwear scene and the skate clothing, and I was a former sneakerhead as well. So that's kind of where I draw my style inspiration from.
Okay.
And like the market is constantly evolving. So and now streetwear is bleeding into high fashion. So it's really evolving, and I just wanted to put it out there and let the people embrace it and see, you know, put my energy out there and see who really takes it and runs with it.
So where do you start that? Like, so you put your idea out there, you got the stickers, you got the apparel. Who was your first people that you told this about and shared with, or how did you get the brand in their hands, so to speak?
So I've always been interested in the art scene, like art, fashion, music, kind of nightlife scene, and I wanted to create a brand that I could be a part of that scene and you know, just be engulfed in all of that. And so I thought, you know, streetwear would be the perfect vehicle for me to be a part of that culture and partake in music, in fashion, and in the art scene. And it's given me that exact opportunity to do so. And we are only growing from here.
So hi, Chris. This is Jen. How are you?
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
I'm doing very well, thanks.
So what's your inspiration today? When you get up, you said you wake up every day. You want to leave this impression of, you know, increase in creativity for people. Where do you today, each and every day when you get up, what inspires you? We want to know what inspires Chris for Lighthead Threads.
Well, you know what? For me, unfortunately, at the moment, this is not true, but exercise is really something that has carried me through everything. It keeps my mind fresh, it keeps me feeling good, and that is, you could say, that's how I get lightheaded. In other words,
I like that.
Yeah, but exercise is a huge part of my life, and it's always kept me inspired and fresh and sharp. And it keeps me motivated to keep doing other things. Like if I can make time to go to the gym, I can make time to design a new shirt. I can make time to go to an event. I just follow that philosophy.
That's
I just
huge.
keep moving.
Like I hope everybody got that. If they walked away from one thing from this first segment, was you can make time for what you want. Absolutely. So stay with us here on the Seeds to Success show with Chris Beaty with Lighthead Threads.